If you want to be a nurse and you're Black, I need you to watch this. First of all, I've been a nurse for 10 years and I can say all the things that I want to say because I don't work for anyone else but myself and my friends, but let's get into that later. When you work in certain specialties that traditionally Black nurses have not been able to get into, there will be a moving target on your back. If you have a social media, they will find it. If you make a joke online that has nothing to do with work, they will say that it's about work and about them. They will lie and they will backstab. There are a few things that I want you to know to help you get through this. Number one, you are not crazy. It is happening to you. But I want you to find someone that you trust, and oftentimes that person is not going to be someone that you work with. Second, when you are being targeted or attacked, document everything. Write it down. You will need it. Third thing, you are not a tree. You are not planted anywhere. You can always get up and leave. Lastly, it's not on you, it's in you, and it does get better.
Shalom. I would like to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Radash. I would like to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all you sincere Akim, pushing this word across the four corners of the world. And as you just saw from this previous video, this Jake by the name of Philip Scott, and he has a YouTube handle by the name of African Diaspora or Diaspora News Channel. But in reality, it should be called Israelite Diaspora News Channel, because that word diaspora or diaspora goes into the scattering or the dispersion of the Jews outside their homeland, which is Israel. And one of those many divine curses that the Heavenly Father Yahweh placed upon his true biblical people, the Israelites, that we were going to be scattered across the four corners of the world, and we were going to be subjugated unto the curses. And one of those many curses, when you read Baruch, the 4th chapter, in the 6th verse, it goes into how you were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because you moved the Heavenly Father Yahweh to wrath, and we were going to be delivered unto our enemies. And one of those main enemies are the so-called Caucasians, who are the biblical Edomites. And as you heard at the beginning of this video, this so-called Black nurse pretty much sounded the alarm to other so-called Black nurses within the healthcare industry of the racial discrimination at their jobs that they're going to receive within their respective positions or roles. But what really moved my spirit to do this video, just different Jakes flooding the comment board of them going through the same racial discriminations at their jobs. And from these comments, I'm talking about from engineers, of course, the healthcare industry, officers, teachers, and the list goes on. And these different Jakes from so-called Black men and so-called Black women just flooding the comment board of their testimonials of being targeted at their jobs and just stating pretty much how this has been going on for many years. And while reading those comments, I could not help but think about these are nothing but those divine curses from the Heavenly Father Yahweh through his only begotten Son Yahweh Shai. And this only proves more through the Spirit who are the true biblical Israelites within these end times. And that takes me to Romans 8:16. The Spirit itself bearing witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. So all the prophecies that will foretell who are the true biblical Israelites, it matches up with the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And the curses of the Israelites are pretty much like a highlighter or an indicator. Because when you read Deuteronomy 28:46, it says, and they, referring to the biblical curses that was going to be upon the Israelites within these latter times, should be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder and upon thy seed forever. And it's not going to be an everlasting thing. This is only a part of our light affliction. But by us being in the flesh, it's like a very heavy burden. So like I stated earlier, the curses are likened unto a highlighter or an indicator. And that's why it says again right here, and they should be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder. Because when you read Lamentations, the 2nd chapter in the 1st verse, it goes into how the Lord Yahweh covered the daughter of Zion, again referring to the biblical Israelites, with a cloud in his anger. And remember, we provoked the Heavenly Father Yahweh through his unbegotten Son Yahweh Shai into wrath. We incited or aroused that anger in the Heavenly Father Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai by breaking their laws, statutes, and commandments. And that's why we have been displaced or discontinued as a nation. But going back to the point, how the curses should be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, within Lamentations, the 2nd chapter, the 1st verse, it goes into how the Lord Yahweh covered the daughter of Zion with a cloud in his anger. And as a child coming up, when you watch those different cartoons, and when they had that dark, raining cloud hovering over that particular cartoon character, it was like all types of horrible situations and misfortunes happened upon that particular cartoon character. But within our reality, that dark cloud represents those curses. And one of those divine curses that relates to the video you saw at the beginning is that we as the Israelites, we're not going to find any type of place of rest within the society. And that takes me to Deuteronomy 28 verse 65. And among these nations, which goes into all these heathen nations. And once you read the book of Psalm, the 83rd chapter, all these other nations besides the nation of Israel, beginning with their higher ups, they have taken crafty counsel against us as the Israelites and consulted against thy hidden ones. And all of these heathen nations are conspiring about, let us cut them off from being a nation, and that the name of Israel may no more be in remembrance. And guess who is that main nation that was prophesied to come against us? The tabernacle of Edom, who happens to be the so-called Caucasian race, which are the same group of people, when you read the comments on this particular video, as you saw at the beginning, that our people are complaining about, of them being those main targets in their different jobs. So according to Deuteronomy 28:65, and among these nations should thou find no ease. Again, meaning that you will not find no place of rest. Because this place, America, and wherever we are scattered to across the four corners of the world, referring to the Israelite diaspora or diaspora, this is not our continuing city. Neither should the sole of thy foot have rest, but the Lord Yahweh should give thee there a trembling heart, and failing of eyes, and sorrow of mind. And again, going back to this video, just different testimonials of different Jates, whether it be so-called black men or so-called black women, just going into how they've been stressed out at their different jobs by being targeted or racially discriminated. And one comment in particular that I came across of a so-called black woman working in the healthcare industry, she said she left it because she had PTSD. So again, back in Deuteronomy 28:65, and among these nations should thou find no ease. And different Jates on that comment board was just going into how they were bringing in more income compared to their so-called white co-workers. And once they found out, they became targets upon the higher ups of that company. And some of those Jates either left or got fired. So again, and among these nations should thou find no ease. Neither should the sole of thy foot have rest, but the Lord Yahweh should give thee there, which is America, also known as Babylon the Great, according to the Holy Scriptures, and failing of eyes and sorrow of mind. And this is all beautiful through the Spirit, how Yahweh, Yahweh Shah are slowly but surely showing our people how these so-called white people are not our friends. Furthermore, it was never meant to be that way. A lot of our people are revealing that true hatred that they see that these so-called white people have for them at their jobs, which shows you that this is not our place of comfort. And that takes me to Micah 2:10, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. So spiritually deviate from the wicked vibrations of this world. Because every day now, Yahweh Ba'ashim Al-Shah is showing our people clues, whether they take heed unto it or not, that this is not your rest. So this so-called American dream that you try to fight tooth and nail for, you put all your blood, sweat, and tears into, that this so-called American dream was never meant for you. And that's exactly why you're catching all these different afflictions on your jobs. Because this place America, which is spiritually known as the valley of the shadow of death, is not our rest as the biblical Israelites. It will never be, no matter how spiritually and emotionally invested that you are into this place. So arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. And really that vibration of America's democracy, aka that westernization, that has totally polluted the whole world, it's all in opposition unto the ways of Yahweh Yahweh Shai via their laws, statutes, and commandments, which are righteous and moral principles on how to govern the earth, all in righteousness. So for the ones of our people that don't want to take heed unto the words of Yahweh Yahweh Shai in these latter times, by you putting your investment into the shadow of death, right here it says, it shall destroy you even with a sore destruction. And I keep making reference unto this comment board, how a lot of our people are waking up to that harsh reality of America's evil ways. And the beautiful thing about this through the Spirit, that these curses are not an everlasting thing upon the Israelites. Because when you read Baruch 4 and 10, the Most High stated through the prophet Baruch, how I saw the captivity of my sons and daughters, aka Jerusalem, which the everlasting, referring to the Heavenly Father Yahweh, brought upon them. And when you going down to Baruch 4 and 18, it goes into, for he, again referring to the Heavenly Father Yahweh, through his unbegotten Son Yahweh Shai, brought these plagues upon you, referring to the curses, will deliver you from the hands of your enemies. So again, this is not our continuing city. We have a way much better promise coming. And Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai are not men that they should lie. They had the power and might to bring us into this captivity, so therefore they have the power and might to bring us out this captivity, no matter where we are scattered unto. So with that, hopefully you all was edified, you all stay strong, keep pushing forward. Shalom.
But you know, the thing is, it's not only nursing, it's any field that you work in here in America. If you're working for the folks, you're going to be subjected to every single thing that she's talking about. Now, I will say, the more money that you earn in a profession, the more is going to be on you. So, of course, nurses make a lot of money. And of course, they don't like to really see a lot of black nurses. They always is going to feel a certain kind of way when they see black people making that good money. When they see black people like to work hard and get that overtime and all that, they are counting your money. Because one thing that they love to do is count our pockets. They are the most pocket watching people I ever seen in my life. I have never thought about other people's money other than my own and what's going on in my own household. I'm not trying to count nobody's overtime. You know, they'll say statements like, boy, you sure working a lot of overtime. You say, are you going to take a day off? Like, why are you worried about somebody's day off? Maybe they don't want a day off. Maybe they're like, look, I'm about to get all the overtime I can because it's going to run out. And I'm going to stack my bread. And I'll tell anybody that if you work a job and you get overtime, get it. Get it. Say, I'm not taking a day, maybe one day off or so, but I'm not taking no time off. I want the overtime. I'm going to put in my savings. And then when it gets slow and I can't get overtime, I got my stash. So I'm good. I've always did that on jobs. When there's overtime, I'm like, I'm not taking no time off because I'm about to get it while the water trouble. And they will say stuff like that. Why you always here? Well, what's wrong with me being here? My family not complaining about me being here. So what's the problem? No, you count my pockets. That's all it is to it. And especially you're a black person, you great with money and you're not blowing it. And they see you buying this, they see, they hear you get a house. And that's why I tell people, don't have nobody on your job that you even think, even in our community, you think that hang with the folks, because they'll be giving information to them. Man, look, keep people off your social media, keep your social media private. Keep it private, all of it. Especially you work in those fields where you're getting paid a lot of money, just keep it private. Oh, I want to be on your social media. No. Because I don't know who's on your page and all that. No. You want to talk to me? Hey, holler at me and we can talk all day. But no, you're not going to be on my social media. It's just that simple. Keep people off of that. Because some professions, some of y'all don't need to be on social media because it's too much of a target on y'all. But what this sister saying is spot on. So any of you sisters and brothers who work in the healthcare field, I'm with you. I'm with you 2,000%. Because I know you go through a lot. But y'all let me know what you think what this sister's talking about. Because like I say, even though she's talking about the healthcare, this is in all fields, in any place where black people are working.